yet. Whoa. Sound is going crazy. My bad. Hold up. It's been a while. Mic check. What's up, y'all? It's Lionel. We're back. Code and Chill, episode 9. I survived last week, and we're back. Turn that down. Got a lot planned for tonight. Not really. Just I was gonna practice some JavaScript. So I said, let me see if anybody wants to join. We'll do it together. Turn it into a Code and Chill. I might have to switch from the bright light to the other pretty soon. It still looks like the audio's a little messed up. Hold up. Remove that. Over here is pretty check. That's good. All right, yeah, we look good. We look set up. Let me get the chat. Where's the chat? Yo, what's up, bro? We're back. I survived this past week. Good feedback from the team too, so that was dope. So I said, Len, let me go live to celebrate. It's Monday. Trying to figure out a good spot for that. I was thinking I'm gonna do a little bit of JavaScript too while we're at it. I wonder if this will keep going if I move it. Yeah, let me look at all these tabs I got open. Hold up. Let me get organized over here. That there. Yeah, thanks, bro. I made it. It feels good to have that out the way. I feel like I brought myself some time. I was like, okay, now I can chill. Still never chilling though, man. It's so much going on still. I'm looking at the board right now. I know we got that thing at assembly. There's another social supply thing going on this weekend coming up, Saturday. Nice, that's what's up. Event listeners are huge too. That's gonna be helpful. What are you using? What course are you using to learn? I guess I'll leave his live on. Yo, what up, Ben? Thanks for joining us real quick. Have a good night, bro. All right, I'm getting organized over here in the other screen, closing stuff out. I got a lot. Man, I'm doing good, bro. I'm celebrating tonight because coding, man, I just made it through a real serious week this past week. Oh, okay, cool. That's what's up. I've never taken a Udemy class, but I've always heard great things about them. Yeah, I was thinking about doing some continuing on with this free code camp thing here, because it's been so long since I've done it. I still have Team Treehouse too, which is clutch. I think I'm on my last month with this site here. Let me see. Oh man, when you cancel your account, never mind. I thought I still had the month left over because I just canceled it. But I guess when you cancel it, you can't log back in. So that's fine. But Team Treehouse is dope though. Is that course that you're taking, do you have any projects yet? Or is that something that they do at the end? Declare a read-only variable with the const keyword. Oh, okay. Cool. Man, that's what's up. You're doing a lot of complementary learning at the same time of doing that. So that's good. This is one of my go-to I'm about to code soundtracks. Yeah, man, this past week I had 3 major tasks that I was working on. Was global state, which isn't completely done, and one thing that I found out about working remote and when you're in a team environment is that you really have to make sure that you're communicating and paying close attention to what you do. Because so many things in product design and in app development are like rabbit holes that can kind of snowball into other things. So if you're trying to if they tell you to just work on one thing, and then as you're fixing it, naturally you're going to see other things that need to be worked on too. And if you're not careful, you can go off the rail of the plan and then be like late on the more important stuff. I'm saying that because I was working on global state throughout the entire app, right? At least I thought I was supposed to be throughout the entire app. Now, let me turn my mic down a little bit. Looking back at it, I was only supposed to do the user global state only. So I was doing like more so the projects, input forms, which is something that still needs to be done later on down the line. But like I was saying, it's always good to make sure that you're locked in and focused on whatever the actual task is. That's what's up. So you're already, by the time that's done, I mean, shoot, you could start working for real if you're, especially taking your time to make sure that you truly understand it, that you can actually code it on your own. Like how you said, working on event listeners. I did global state, route protection, and then hooks as well. And now, this upcoming week, the task is to build out the settings and the user profile. So like this side, well, I don't have a profile in this website. I'd have to go to a different website. But the place where you do your users settings, I could pull up Discord probably for an example. This page here basically is what I'm building, which is a little tricky because when you think about it, like all of these different options here have to be connected to like the back end and stuff in certain instances, and figuring out what's the exact proper like structure to set that up is going to be interesting. That's what's up. That's the plan, bro. I just got a client in Florida, a easy WordPress website that's already running pretty much. This one here, which I would make a lot of changes to this. Let me shrink myself a little bit. For one, the logo. I would change the logo. It's more of a seafood place. I feel like this logo gives off like smokehouse vibes or something, you know, like a grill type of place. Also, if this is a food place, I don't understand why would you want your food to be black and white like that. I would reverse this to where when you're trying to select it, it goes black and white. The other way around, you know what I mean? This client, I'm inside of a family group chat. Like, I have a huge family. They're planning a family reunion. I don't even know most of the people in there. It's probably like 80 people or so in there, and I know like 7 or 8 of them on my dad's side of the family who I didn't grow up with. And I posted my portfolio in there. That's how, when I tell y'all, start with friends and family, I mean it. Friends and family and people that you know. I said something like when everyone inside this family reunion group chat was introducing themselves, kind of. And I was like, hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Lionel. Here's my website in case y'all know anybody who needs a website. You know, and I can't wait to meet y'all at the family reunion. I said something like that and dropped my website, really just seeing what was out there. And yeah, this restaurant apparently is like a distant cousin of mine. So they hit me up, and now we're working on like how much am I gonna charge her to like take this over and make little tiny changes that she's asking for. And she said to post on social media twice a week, I think she said. What will you be using for the WordPress job? See, that's the thing about WordPress, bro. It's just like a lot of it is drag and drop. I've always heard people say that you need PHP for WordPress, but I've never ran into a situation when dealing with one of my WordPress clients where I actually needed to code something. You know, with normal businesses, like unless they want something crazy custom that is outside of a template, like this is obviously a template. So, and when I was talking to her, some of the changes that she wanted was like, she said when she hits menu, she doesn't like how the URL is page ID, whatever this is. But she doesn't know how to change it. And I was like, okay, that's a thing that I could definitely help you out with. You know, she wanted all of those names to match up. What's catering? Okay, see, she doesn't like how that's, you know, and in there, that's just the setting, just a simple setting change. This page doesn't even have anything on it. So I don't know who created this for her. I think she said somebody on Fiverr made this for her. So depending how it goes, you know, I definitely don't, I would say let's show the food not in black and white. She said that her biggest problem right now is foot traffic, that she wants to get more people into there and wants to do that through her website. So I'm going to try and come up with some kind of plan to see maybe like a content strategy for social media. She was saying she'd also be interested in doing ads locally, like putting money for ads, that she tried that before and it worked. Isn't it WooCommerce since it's a shopping cart? I'd have to look into, I want to say that this part is connected to something else. Like, what did she was saying on the phone, like most of her business comes from Uber Eats and stuff like that. So let's see if we were to order something. How do you even, I'm trying to click. It says menu. Okay, here's order online. Oh, see, this is a different website now. This is zenfoodie.com. So she must be with this other company here, and they're just a subdomain on the site. So when you go to order food, you're not even a part of her website technically. Let me make sure. Yeah, see, this is 11.5flavors.com, and as soon as you hit the go to order, now you're on Zen Foodie. Yeah, so I guess just my job is going to be centered around the look of this mostly. And she did say that she wanted to change some of her pictures, that she didn't like the pictures that we're showing. So, but what I always recommend with people, do you have an LLC? I do have an LLC, and this is not tax advice. I don't know if I always do everything, the perfect way, but when I started, I didn't have an LLC. I'm gonna keep it for real. But you could make I use Square Invoice and just connect that to everything, because a lot of times businesses, when you're freelancing, they won't just PayPal you or Cash App you or nothing like that. They would actually prefer, obviously, to send it to an LLC. And, with Square, I use Square Invoices to do that super easily. Before I had one, and now that I have one, I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, taxes is of course important. People will either 1099 you or just send it straight to your invoice and not have to worry about it. But what I try to do with my clients, and what I recommend people to do, is if you can, try to get them on like a monthly retainer versus just fixing the website, building the website, and that's it, it's done. Because honestly, websites are kind of like cars. You got your monthly maintenance where you want to at least be making sure the plugins are staying updated, and you should have some type of plan for SEO, for the the marketing aspects of it, like what keywords are we targeting here to be found on Google. This isn't part of web design, but it's definitely part of like using your software engineering skills for the passive income and building up your brand and everything. Like I always think it's a good idea to be as well-rounded as you can with people, to be able to help them in every way that you can, especially when you first getting started off and you don't have any clients. I'll tell a business owner, like, tell me all your problems, and I'll pick out which ones I could solve for you. And with you, because if not, you're just making the website and then handing it over. But when you think about it, a lot of times these things you're gonna need to change these things in the future. So you could easily get 100 a month, 200 a month, 350 a month, whatever your negotiation comes up with, and just tell them, like, at that point, anything that you ever need done to your website in the future, you won't have to worry about it. You just call me and I do it, or y'all can set up a certain amount of hours for you to put into it weekly, whether it be writing blogs, so that they're found easier on Google, or take over their Instagram, take over stuff like that, or just be there for the changes. Always look for ways to improve the mobile side as well as the desktop side. Like, there's a whole lot of different ways that you could set up your this side of your company with the freelancing. And then this will be just another thing to add to my portfolio. I would definitely want to be part of some type of redesign for this, though. Like, I wouldn't mind rebuilding this with a different template than this one that she used here. Also, her Instagram is super small over here. That's it in the corner, in the right corner at the bottom. But yeah. Yep. I'm starting to build my side business, my freelancing back up in spare time. How many of y'all are working on JavaScript? Or are you already? I know you said you're doing event listeners, bro. That's pretty far from here. I still like to start from the beginning a lot of times and like work my way through, just for the practice of it. Declare a read-only variable with the const keyword. Looks like they already did that. You can also declare a const source feature let has using const a read-only. Faith pet equals cats. Faith pet equals dogs. You should always name variables you don't want to reassign with consts. This helps when you accidentally attempt to reassign a variable that is meant to stay constant. Yo, thanks, bro. A job in IT is easier. Did you have the same thoughts? A job in IT, I've heard that is easier because don't you start in the help desk over there? A lot of people say that the tech, that it's hard to get jobs for juniors right now. To me, honestly, I think that yes, it is hard, but then also there is a clear path where your success, your chances will go up with this hackathon path that like I've been talking about a lot, because I do see multiple opportunities opening up in that space and people getting hired and people getting positions there, versus like online on LinkedIn and Indeed is pretty bad right now, especially with all of the tech layoffs and stuff like that. Okay, async and await, that is super interesting. The whole node event loop and period that uses that with promises and stuff like that too. I took a little tip for learning async and await, which is built on the node JS event loop. It just runs constantly. I asked ChatGPT to explain that to me with analogies, and it came up with this really awesome restaurant analogy where orders were requests coming in was like orders coming into the restaurant, and then the waiter was the event loop pretty much. And it explained how like you have to, for more than one thing to happen at a time, sometimes you have to point how to put the thing to the side with a weight, Rock, paper, scissors, tic-tac-toe, and number guesser like a year ago. Okay, true. And those two are classic, like, I'm in class still projects. So I wouldn't really put that on a portfolio necessarily, unless you could find a way to remix it to make it look like it was a job that you got paid for somehow. And yeah, I agree too about the entry-level IT jobs. Does the LinkedIn strategy work? Man, I've heard one person, since I started this channel, one person here has gotten a job off of LinkedIn. That's one out of, probably like 160 people. But still, hey, that's one. You can get lucky. But yeah, man, it's super hard. I remember when I first started coding like 2 years ago, not even that long ago, there was recruiters. Soon as I made my LinkedIn and put JavaScript, I think because of my job title at the time and because I was freelancing as a web developer for so long, even though it was just WordPress, I think he still thought that I could actually code really good. And I had recruiters reaching out to me off of LinkedIn like 2 years ago. I tried to talk to that same recruiter not too long ago. Like, hey man, he was super cool. Like I talked to him on the phone. We had plans in the future. Like, he's like, okay, well, when you are ready, I'm going to reach out. So I was felt good about this recruiter. And then I tried to reach out to him maybe like 3 or 4 months ago. And he was like, didn't even write back at all. I'm like, okay, it's like that now. That's how the market is now with all the layoffs And LinkedIn is just a struggle, especially for recruiters getting spammed. Yeah, but that's why I say we all have to freelance and make a name for ourselves, so that when the jobs do open back up, people are going to reach out to us, or keep us in the loop, have an idea of you as a person. Like, a lot of times the people who hire you are, or the people who recommend for people to hire you, are people who know you personally, whether online through something like this Discord group, or like a hackathon that you participated in, or a meetup, a class that you go to every Thursday where they just hang out and talk JavaScript. I would look for things like that inside your city, like meetups to go to. And that's where I see, people getting past jobs left and right. Like in the startup community that I'm a part of at Assembly, they're always cooking, and like new companies are forming, or new opportunity, like they're building stuff, like planning stuff. It's a very circle kind of thing, once you're in there, like you kind of see how things move around, and how like opportunities come and are built and created from nothing too sometimes. Yeah, definitely. That's part of the reason why I have a channel. This Lionel the Builder is really my personal brand that I started, and for that purpose of, you gotta, all it's really doing is raising your flag higher. If you think of all of us as web developers, we're putting our flags down, and the more branding that you have, the more like noise that you make online, you're just raising your thing higher and higher and higher, to show people that, you're here, you're ready to work, you know how to code, you know how to connect domains to URLs, you know how to, edit stuff. You can figure anything out online. That's a big part of getting jobs, is people seeing that you're a person who can get stuff done. That's what's so great about Fiverr and having reviews. But man, I was looking at Fiverr earlier just because I was trying to think, like, how much am I going to charge this lady to do her social media? So I was like, I know she knows about Fiverr, so I think I went here and I said, yeah, earlier today I typed in social media posts, and I was like, $10? Come on, like they're messing it up for everybody on Fiverr. $20, $45, like, what are y'all doing? This dude has done create editable social media posts, but he has 675 clients. $20. One of the first posts that came up. So I'm thinking about, like, what am I going to charge weekly? Like, let me see what Fiverr's doing. Because you definitely never want to be this low, but you don't want them to think like, well, should I just go to Fiverr then? So you gotta like, we're supposed to be more expensive than Fiverr, because Fiverr has people from all over the world, and it's a huge race to the bottom, like who can go the lowest to get the clients. But some people, once you get high enough, like this lady here, I will be your social media marketing manager and content creator, 235 with 1,000 plus clients done, 5 stars. I heard that the hack to breaking through on Fiverr too. What's up, bro? I've been coding for 2 years now, on and off, probably like the past year, seriously, and professionally. But yeah, I was just looking at Fiverr stuff earlier, trying to figure out how much I was gonna charge for social media management. But yeah, trying to think if I should, because I was supposed to be working through this for a video. I mean, this is technically a video, right? I could just clip it. And then, yeah, we have the JavaScript open chat thing. So, yeah, like I was saying with the, that's why I do classes, right? Teach the stuff that you know. Oh, The Fiverr Hack. My bad. I ADHD'd on that one. the the Fiverr Hack is to basically you make your account, and then whatever it is that you're trying to build, you go as low as you can. To The reason for doing that is because in the beginning you're not trying to make money, you're trying to get reviews so that you can make money later on. So let's say, for example, you want to make people WordPress website design. Or since we're talking coding, why don't we do something with coding? React website. So say you're a React developer. You just finished a React course, right? You would come here, go to React website, and it's such a crazy range. But look, that's how you could tell who's trying to break through and who isn't, is already there. But they don't have any reviews. Okay, this person here is 80, has 364 jobs done. Interesting. This person has 45 with 97. Now, we're also not reading the full ad. Like, who knows if it's, like, some could be offering more than others. I will create responsive websites in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So here's, so say you would come here, copy this dude's thing as much as you could, and then put your price at 40 instead of 80, and that's just the hack to get your clients going and to get a name for yourself, get some more stuff on your portfolio, more experience. Sometimes you can get the client's email to kind of cut out the middleman in here, but yeah, he's got his reviews going. Fiverr is all about having reviews so that people trust you to get the job done, and then of course the price comes into play too. Convert your WordPress or another website to React for $20. They'll convert a WordPress to React. Yeah, that's what they say. They say it does. Yup, because it's a race to the bottom. Like, you see how low the prices are here. But then I think, I've never done it either. I heard that that's what you do if you are going to go do that. I get most of my clients, like, now that I'm thinking about starting back up freelancing, for one, I don't want to take on too much at one time. So I wouldn't do this right now just because I don't think I would have the time to keep everybody happy without going crazy myself. I'm slowly taking on clients, like, one at a time, and I've already got like 4 prospects in my mind that I would hit up first before doing something like this, But this is for if you don't have anybody in mind, like you don't know no restaurants, no barber shops, no babysitters, no landscaping, grass cutting people out there who don't have a website yet, or if they have one but it needs a lot of improvement, like it was created for them a long time ago, and they don't even talk to the guy who made it anymore. Like, there's a lot of those out there too, and you could just be like, because people who don't build websites don't really want to deal with it. It's like a chore for them. You're really just taking a problem off of their hands at that point. And if they could know that, like, with the email, they could just talk to you, and whatever they want done to the website, they just tell you and you'll do it. That's a big benefit to a person who's running a business. They have to order all the stuff. They have to, do all the taxes and all of that stuff like that. Udemy courses, just in general, I would say that courses are good for you to learn the language, because the thing is that you don't I would say do a course, but don't get stuck on the courses, before you start working, for one. Because what courses are great for is to get your knowledge up on at least knowing what something is. But a lot of times people could get trapped in courses when they feel like they have to be able to build these things with their eyes closed. Like, if you feel like you really, like how, bro, I know you said that you're studying event listeners right now. Just, and the other homie who's doing async and await, focus on the concept. Focus on what that means, what it is used for, when you would need to use it. As far as the syntax goes, as far as like, don't stress out too much over being able to write the perfect syntax, because at the end of the day, you're going to look that up anyway when it comes time to build. What I would focus on if I was doing, I think courses are great. You definitely want to do a JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and go from top to bottom, like lesson 0 to lesson 100, just so that there's nothing that you have never heard of. And whenever you're learning something in your course, because all of those things are important, you're going to need them later on, you just need to know what it is. You need to know that an event listener is listening to events on the website, like a click of a submit button. Now, do you need to know exactly how to write that? That's up for debate. Maybe, depending on what your job ends up actually being. Because you never know a lot of times. You don't know if you're going to be on the front end, if you're going to be on the back end, if you're going to be full stack in the middle, if you're going to be on the mobile side, if you're going to just be writing tests. There's so many different ways that you could, ChatGPT, exactly. And focus on the concept. Focus on what does this actually mean? What is a function? What is a loop? What is the function of a function? You know what I mean? Properties and the DOM. What is the DOM? How does that work? Because then when you go, that teaches you the language that you can then, when it's time to create the sentences from the language, you can just kind of look it up and solve your problems as you go. Yeah, But of course, you want to do a course, and you also, more important than course though, you want to actually build stuff. Because when you're really talking about learning, that's when it's going to happen. It's from you building stuff. When you do tutorials, like I was thinking about running through a tutorial up here together. Maybe if I was to do that live or even in like some sort of series, I would get more of it. Because I built this website while following a tutorial. Because I hooked up all of this Firebase backend here, and then it's a live chat. And if I was to go do this like without the tutorial, I definitely could not do it again. But I did build it with the tutorial at one point, and I know I could do that again if I followed the tutorial again. And I don't like that though. You know what I mean? Like, I know the reason why I say do that is because I just want everybody to get to work already, because I know how hard it is to go over that hump of courses versus working and building stuff on your own. I think both should be done at the same time, because no matter what, as a software engineer, as a web developer, you're always going to be learning. The course is never over. So while you're doing your courses, you have to also be building at the same time, in my opinion, and that also helps you get to the bag quicker. Because now, what I had said before was, once you're developing, boom, you're a developer. You technically don't even need to wait until you're hired to be like, I'm a web developer, I'm a software engineer. If you're sitting down at your computer and you're building something, then that's what you are already. And every single person who is that is learning at the same time. At least the good ones that they say. You could be a developer from 30 years ago. If you're not learning, and at the new React update that just came out, if you don't learn, then some new guy is already ahead of you, technically. That's just the life that we chose. You know what I mean? So get used to learning. That's never going nowhere. You're always going to be learning. So I'm just surprised sometimes at the number of people who don't have portfolios while they're learning. So you're already ahead of the game a little bit by having your portfolio done and still being in the course. Now the next step is to try and get a client. Then you're really working. Then you get your client going, and then now, of course, you get your LinkedIn going too, with all of your stuff that you build up there, your portfolio up there, the fact that you're a web designer, like bro said, get your LLC. And that's another reason why it's important for you to have an LLC, because all the times you know how when jobs are looking to hire people, you have to have experience of 2 years. So what happens when you've been making React websites for people for 2 years under your LLC that has its own LinkedIn page and is in your job? You know what I mean? Like in your past job experience. Now you can legitimately apply for stuff because you have legally been, building React websites for 2 years. So now you can apply for a React job up here. To get your channel out. That's what I've heard. Yeah, for sure. I also heard that see with me, I think what helped with my channel is this thing that I'm seeing a lot, that when you first, and I don't know how true this is just something that I heard, that yeah, sure, this is just something that I heard, is that when you first make your YouTube channel, YouTube is gonna send it a whole bunch of views and send it out to a whole bunch of different people, because what that does to the creator is it gets them hyped up to make a whole bunch of more videos and to work harder to try and make YouTube happen. That TikTok does that too eventually. But yeah. Well, yeah, my websites. So this one here, I know is a terrible example of one, and I only built it because when I was getting the startup that I'm working for, I found out what tech stack they used. So I created a website using that exact tech stack because I wasn't familiar with it, and I wanted to learn what Firebase was, what Firestore database was, how to do user authentication there, and stuff like that. So this is going to change soon. I'm working with my homie who makes dope websites. He was actually the first digital builder. He might be watching. I haven't even looked to see who's watching, but his name's Neil, and I'm gonna work with him on hooking this up. I've got a lot of ideas for this website, honestly, a lot of different ways that we could take it, but that's one. Here's my portfolio here. Yeah, that's basically just coding, bro. Coding and ChatGPT for design. I'm trying to remember. I could pull it up. Matter of fact, hold up. We got the code right here. Yeah, hold up. Where'd it go? Oh yeah, digital builders. I think it's this one. It's just the React website. I don't know how small this is going to be on your screen. But yeah, this is it, right? So I always tell people, don't be intimidated when you open, up your IDE. This is Visual Studio Code. When you're dealing with, wait, let me make sure I'm on the right screen. Okay, yeah. When you're dealing with React websites, you're not even opening like 70% of the folders. You don't open this one. You don't open any of the node modules. That's when you're installing npm. Yeah, that's the cool thing about being back here in the real coding world. But yeah, it's just a bunch of components. Here's a chat message. These are just React components. It's like Lego blocks that build your website. There's a chat message, chat room, the counter, and that's the counter on my where'd it go? I got so many tabs open still. I've lost the website. Hold up. It was one of these, right? Let's just pull it back up here. So this is like a chat room slash to-do list for no reason. It's completely not even finished being built. But here's a to-do list that I was kind of just messing around with. Here's the counter. So all of those React components over here are the counter, the header, the items. That's the items inside of the to-do list. Protected route. You make this and then you wrap it around your app so that people have to be signed in to see stuff, basically. But yeah, context. So you're going to need to learn about state. That's context. You're going to need to learn how to build React components. You're going to need to learn what a React hook is. All stuff that you can look up when it comes time to actually build it, though. Join page, login page, main page, to-do list page. And then these are the styles. So CSS, y'all know what CSS is, right? So these are all of the styles for everything, which is another thing that 9 times out of 10 you're gonna look up. But here's the app, the main app tree that you can see kind of from start to finish. It's wrapped inside the chakra provider because that's a theme that I use for that. You do? See, yeah. Yo, what up? What up, Adrian? We're back. Okay, yeah. See, there you go, man. Probably the CSS for sure. I probably just was talking to ChatGPT and I was like, I don't like that front page. Can you change it? Just taking that code and just changing it and then taking it back. Like, make that bigger, make that smaller. Let's do something else. But of course, still, if there's anything that I don't understand, I'll highlight the whole thing, type it in ChatGPT and say, break down exactly what's going on here from top to bottom. To get where I am in coding, I'm not gonna lie, it did take like probably a year of me actually going hard. Yeah, that's what it was. It was definitely a year ago. 2022 December was when I used this as a New Year's resolution that I straight up told my girl and everything, like, it's about to be different in January. I'm actually going to learn how to code. I'm actually going to get a job in tech. Like, I'm not fucking around no more. And that I celebrated that December doing all of the like lazy things I wanted to do to kind of help me gear up because I just knew I was ready. And in January, I was working and I was really, really learning at the same time. But luckily for me, I was truck driving. So when you're stuck in a car just driving, it's easy for you to just listen to coding stuff all day, audio books and, stuff like that. And I'm still not as nice as I should be at coding. I'm still working hard at getting better every day. But it did take me a year of solid, like, scratching my head and just going at it to learn. I did free code camp, right? I ran through all of these HTML, CSS, and JavaScript lessons here. And then I did object-oriented programming too. I learned how to play this game called Screeps, which is awesome. I haven't even told y'all about this yet. There's this game called Screeps that I found online that teaches you how to code. And this is when I first started actually understanding what functions and variables and loops and stuff like that were. It's a very ugly game, but you play this game by writing code. Okay, he's talking. He's not showing it for real yet. But yeah, you have like a base and you spawn your miners and your stuff like that, and everything runs on its own. It's straight JavaScript. I'm trying to find some action. Here's kind of an example. You have to code, like, all of your little dudes in this game are objects in JavaScript, and everything that happens from you coding. And people kind of like build bases and fight each other and stuff like that in that game. It's a very, very good tool. But I only brought it up because Yeah, I'm just going through a little bit of my history, bro, and how I got into coding. I think before that we were talking about freelancing for a while and building your personal brand. But yeah, first I did free code camp. I did responsive web design through, from top to bottom, and then I did the JavaScript one. This is a new Gmail because I'm going through it again for videos. But all of these would have been blanked out. I did Screeps. Man, I wish I still had my code, bro. Hold on. I had a nice little setup. I was super into it when I was playing it. So here it is. Let's look at the official video. Can y'all hear that? Music is kind of intense. So it's a sandbox game for programmers. Yeah, they go mine the resource and then put it in there, and you had to like build your little circles there to keep the energy, and you could build a wall. Like all of those lines are walls. Yeah, and so it was important for me because at that point I didn't really know what anything was or what anything really did in object-oriented programming, and that kind of helped because I'm a big gamer, so that helped me wrap my mind around like what the hell is a JavaScript object and what is a function going to actually do. What is building an object even do? Because when you're building your guys in there, you build a body, and then you build like either an attack part or a leg, or like the way that you have to build it makes sense too when you actually go to build objects in JavaScript later on, and the way that things react. I'm actually thinking about making a game that's gonna help teach people to code. Honestly, like I was working on a game before. That's part of what made me become a developer in the first place. I don't have my I'm a big chess player. I play Blitz chess all the time, like every day, and I play League of Legends, strategy games like Civilization and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to show y'all some stuff here from the game that I was building, which led me to be a developer in the first place. If I could find it, I'm looking through my Google Drive right now. I think I still have our pitch deck. Shit, where would it be though? Is it in here? I've got so many folders in Google Drive, it's ridiculous. Trying to think. Oh, I think it was, hold on. I'm gonna find it. Is it one of these? Oh, I think I got it. Okay. Yeah, so I was a crypto founder, right? At one point. I never told this story for real. I think I breezed over it at one point, but I got lucky and bought a coin while it was really low, and I made like 30K off of crypto at one point, right? Enough to where I know it was stupid in retrospect. I quit my job at the time because I wanted to be a developer, or I wanted to at least start building this game. So I applied to this thing called Startup Studios, which is the startup. It's like Shark Tank, but locally here, right? And they accepted my idea for a crypto startup. The idea was, cause y'all might have heard about universal basic income, right? How they want to come up with ways to just give people money just for living. Like there's enough resources for us to do that. At least like something like $1,000 a month. And so I was thinking about that. And I used to play text-based games way back in the day anyway. So I came up with this idea of blockchain games, which is like a crypto game. Blockchain games was going to be the umbrella company where we released different crypto based games out, right? Word, that's what's up, bro. Yeah, our vision was for us to have, yeah, here is the team. It was going to be on Avalanche, and it was basically like, think The Sims mixed with Grand Theft Auto, but text based on your phone, like an app where you basically create your character, and then you have like different choices to make, right? And all the choices that you make basically add to your stats, either attack, defense, or whatever. Like if you're a bartender, every 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever, you would be able to do your job, which is going to earn you a little bit of crypto and stats, because you would be selecting a different like option, a good, medium, or bad, or however we set it up, with random things happening too. And then we got into NFTs too, where every person would have a house. It was going to be called like Blockchain Gang, was going to be our first game that we put out, where people could have houses and like apartments and stuff like that. Magic the Gathering, I haven't. I played D&D though, pretty close. Yeah, bro. You were gonna be able to like attack people because, like, for example, though, every person could get a job, right? So you could either be a cop, a lawyer, a firefighter, a army person, a hospital person, and every job and every promotion that you get adds stats to your character. So a scenario that we use to kind of sell the idea would be like, say someone in the game robs another person, right? And then there's a witness. The witness is going to get a notification on their phone saying like, you saw something happened. The person who did its last name had a T in it. And then they could take that to the police station. And then if you're a cop, you would pick up that police report and be able to look at the time and see who was in what area when you go to like, to try and figure it out. Then you would put a warrant out for the arrest of the person who you think did it. And then the judge, the lawyer, like they would have to get a lawyer. The judge would have to come into play. You could go to, and all of these things that you do, every single thing builds your character, and you would be generating crypto. All of these actions would be mining crypto in the blockchain. So you're like making money, and then depending on your stats, like you could also like get it taken away, you know, on how, depending on how good your character is, how strong your character is. Cities were going to be ran by like people who had rules, like real people. Your businesses made money. Like if you owned a store that sold items, you know, you made that money. So it was real intense, bro. We're going to make it. So what happened was, right? The idea got picked up. I even had a team in India that was building it. And I was going through startup studios pitching this to the investors. I had got accepted to the program, so we had 6 months of free office space there, and we were working it. I was going to all the stuff and like the pitch meetings and stuff, and our biggest expense was gonna be hiring a developer to code review the team in India to make sure that they were doing the right things. I didn't know. I had just started learning how to code, but I definitely did not know enough to where I felt like I could look at what they were doing and be able to say if it was good or not. And that bill is what kind of killed our whole idea, because it was going to be like 150 an hour or something, 125, just to look at the code a certain amount of time per week. So I was like, okay, nah, I need to learn how to code. I have to learn how to code because I need to be doing that, you know? I need to either do that for someone else, or I could just do that for the game myself one day. So that's honestly what I think. It may be time for us to start building that, man. Like, I got the whole thing mapped out, got everything figured out, how I want the characters to look and how I want the game to work. I don't know if we're going to be able to put it on the blockchain. That was another tricky part, was trying to figure out how to legally, like, I had to learn about a lot of stuff that I never planned on having to learn about like how to do a private sale when you're launching a coin. how do people even use that? Bro, I'm a professional Googler, all right? And I swear that is some top secret information. They do not have it online where you can find out. I don't know. It's been a while since I looked. But how the hell do coins launch and have a private sale legally? Because technically, you're just printing money out of thin air, right? When you do that. When you create a crypto coin and then you sell it, it's technically selling securities. So you're really not supposed to do that, but companies do it all the time. They do it. And so you can just make a coin, right? And you can sell it privately for like fractions of a penny, where people can now give you like $1,000 and get 1,000 of your coin, just for an easy example. And then it's not even sold publicly to the public, but then when it goes public, the price is higher. So no matter what, whoever bought in the private sale could sell to the public and make money. It's super, tricky, like could be looked at as shady, but that's why they have these things called like vesting schedules, where everyone who bought in the private sale cannot sell to the public for a certain amount of time, but they can eventually. It'll get released. And if you pay attention to crypto, it always goes down as soon as that time runs out from the private sale. Whenever they're allowed to sell from the private sale, it's always an initial dip in the coin because everyone is making their money back. All the people you're basically funded the development of the whole thing at that point. So that was a way that we were going to raise money, was by doing a private sale of the coin. But then, it got super tricky. I had to learn all of this stuff about economics. You know what I mean? And me just with the idea, I really just wanted to make a cool game. And it kind of spun out of control, like with with all of the different, like, man, that was super, super hard. Running a startup is crazy. And I think that's part of the reasons why I'm such a good freelancer, because I know from experience what it's like to be the CEO of a company. You're doing way too much stuff at the same time. Man, that is a tough explanation, bro. To explain what a crypto coin is and how does it work. Like, to put it simply, let's just say there's a thing called digital scarcity, that when the guy who created Bitcoin, when he put out the white paper for Bitcoin, it basically proved that the same way that we have like something that's scarce, like diamonds or something, right? That there's a limited amount of them that can be created digitally. So that's a big part of what crypto is that just because Bitcoin is the main one. That's like the standard proof of concept that is basically the gold standard of what crypto is. But all it is just numbers on your computer, that you can attribute value to. If the world gives it value, then it'll have value. It'll go up or down. You know what I mean? That idea, bro, was cooking for years and years and years in my head. It was one of those ideas where I can't stop thinking about it. Like randomly in the shower, I would think like that, It wasn't well, bro. The thing is I just had so much time. It took time. Like my friends bought into the idea, so I had a lot of good help from my team. You see, I had a team. I had 3 people on my team, and kind of rock star people, like CEOs. Like this guy who used to be my boss was on the team. My mentor, Brenner, who has a video production company, he came and helped with the branding, and just talking through to them and like cooking it up over time. It evolved as we went forward. It started with me just wanting to make a game, and then crypto came out and I got into crypto. Then I made money with crypto. So then I attached crypto to the idea of the game, and then over time, like I just kept making it better and better and better. And I mean, shoot, it's still not there, but most of the time when I talk to people about it, I do get positive reception from that. And now I think I might know enough about coding to actually build it myself. Like that is my dream, really, to not even have to have a team, although that's something that I'm trying to get over, because I keep hearing that you can't do great things in the world without teaming up with people. And the more that you team up with people, you'll do better. A successful streamer, I don't think that I'll become a successful streamer, honestly, because of maybe, well, that's not really my goal. You know what I mean? Honestly, I think if I, maybe this will change in the future and I'll actually want to be a successful streamer, but that's a tricky one, bro, because I don't know, like I feel like YouTube really is a 9 to 5. When I first started the channel, I didn't think that it was a 9 to 5. But not only is it a 9 to 5, but they make you work for free for so long before giving you money. You know what I mean? Technically though, streaming, what I'm doing right now does not feel like work. You know what I mean? Like right now, I just feel like I'm chilling with my friends. You know what I mean? Like, so if it ends up being like this the whole time, and if for some reason I grow to have a big following, then I guess I would be a successful streamer, but it would have to be on accident. I don't think I'm going to like set that as my goal and really do the proper work as far as editing and hiring people to help. Like, I don't know, at least for right now, I'm not thinking that. Satoshi, I think that Satoshi was, you know, a group. I'm gonna say that's a group of people, man, because if that's one person, that would be crazy. Yeah, it says Satoshi is either John Wick, some kind of angel, or some type of like crazy person, bro. To put that out and then to be so forward thinking, to know that you cannot let your identity be shown, you know, but you just release something that has the potential to change the world. Made so many billionaires and millionaires, you know, and proved the whole concept like that. They even made it to where now, like with banking, everything is more instant. I remember before, you used to have to wait like for your money to be transferred. You used to have to wait days for stuff to happen. After crypto came out, all the Cash Apps, all of the Apple Cash, Apple Pay, like everything was instant all of a sudden. I was like, wow, now y'all know how to do that? You know? I am not an extroverted person. At least I don't. I'm like an introverted extrovert, honestly. If that makes any sense. Yeah, bro, the song in the background, this is what I listen to in all my videos. I listen to this every day. It's called Quiet Solitude. I listen to this like when I'm coding. I listen to this sometimes when I'm trying to fall asleep. Like, this is my go-to. I don't know what it is about this. Here, I'll link it. That's what in all my first videos to help me like calm my nerves when I was shooting at first. That's that loud song in the back. People are like, bro, turn that down. What is that? Turn it down. Yeah, bro, I was watching these videos before I started my channel, and I came across this one channel that said why every introvert needs to start a YouTube. So I was like, clicked on it, and the lady was saying about how if you're an introvert, you may find yourself liking being alone, liking being in your room, liking, you know, not really being around people. And when you're in groups of a lot of people, you tend to kind of like listen and kind of like sit back. Not that you don't like talking to people, but that you don't feel like people are listening to you talk anyway, right? And I was like, yeah, connecting. And then she said, here's why you need to make a YouTube channel. For one, it will serve as a journal for yourself. Even if nobody watches, even if you don't get any viewers, it will always be something that you could go back and look at. And you know, they always say that journaling is something great for all of us to do, right? That every single person should journal. But a lot of times, like, you don't really feel like writing these days. So I mean, I journal all the time. Like I've got books all over me that you can see. I'm a huge journaler. All of these are filled, but also that she was saying that starting a YouTube, that you know how you would love to talk when you get that one best friend who's actually listening to you, that one friend who you feel like is not just waiting for their turn to talk and then gonna like take the conversation and run with it, or like that's what having a YouTube channel can do for you. Because with there being 6 billion people in the world or whatever it is, that there's going to be people around the world who resonate with you, with how you are naturally, with how you are when you're not even like, you know, trying to put on a front or trying to be cool or trying to be anything. And that's what I kind of found from my experience. Like when and to this day, you know, when I shoot YouTube videos, I'm not necessarily trying to be a YouTuber. I'm not trying to perform at all. I'm just talking like I would talk to my friends, to my closest friends. And now due to that, I'm making more friends around the world. And yeah, I think that video and listening to this random girl say that, like when I did, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna really try that one day, man. Hey, it might be it might be, but you know, it worked out for me. I was like, yeah, this is cool. And I could even like see it, even if nobody did watch, like maybe I would only do one video a week then, probably, just for like fun, just for the future too, something to look back at, you know, down the line. Like, you know, we all like to look at our old pictures back in the day. Just turning it into a video makes it even more fun. Yeah. But how did I learn about business besides Silicon Valley? Um I don't know, bro. Like my family always says that we are entrepreneurs for some reason. Like people in my family, I do have a lot of entrepreneurs in my family. It's hard for me to work a job for a long time. Like I've done a lot of different jobs. I've worked probably like 10 different jobs, never for more than like 2 years max. And I think that in my spirit, I'm just an entrepreneur in my DNA for some reason. I think that's the only time that I'm ever at my happiest point is when I'm like trying to build something. And a lot of times, once I get past the building part and it's just the everyday thing, even if it's my company, it's hard for me to stay motivated. It's hard for me to stay in something after the initial, like, after we get past the point of, is this going to work or is it not going to work? Like when it starts feeling like it's working and then now you're in a set routine where you just have to keep doing the same thing over and over and over. Like I really hope that doesn't happen for YouTube with me, but you know, that's my struggle. My struggle is the consistency. Like I have no problem. I think I'm so good with business because I've built so many different businesses. I used to sell hoverboards. I had this thing. Let me open up my Facebook real quick. I had a whole kiosk in the mall that people, and I'm not one of those people who feel bad when stuff doesn't work out. Like people be like, bro, what happened to Neverboard? Like trying to, you know, joke me about it. I'm like, it's gone. I do something else now. Damn, I think I finally got rid of that Facebook page. Yeah, I did. I was gonna show y'all the Facebook page for this thing I had. I think I turned it into blockchain games actually. Yeah, y'all remember those hoverboards? That one year when everybody had first found out about it, I had this I turned it into this thing. So yeah, here's here's my podcast for the crypto. Whoa, look at my hair, bro. I was tripping.
It's gonna explode and be like, well, that came out of nowhere. It has not come out of nowhere.
Yeah, we even had a podcast where every week
isn't just the future of our finances. It is the future
we were interviewing people every week.
What's up, guys? This is Lionel back again with another episode of Blockchain.
Same room, same situation. Yeah, man, that was my crypto days over here. So I had a crypto business before. I had a venue when I lived in LA. I had a venue before, like / art gallery. A lot of times when I talk about this stuff, like it sounds like I'm capping, but this is all stuff that really happened. I could show. It's in there in my. Because I used to be a photographer too, back in the day. I started with photography as freelancing with photo and video way back in the day. Okay, yeah, here's some pictures of all the different jobs I used to do. Bro, I used to, this is me recording at the top of the scope because I did TV for them back in the day. I used to shoot ODU basketball games. That's why it's easy for me to freelance, because for most of my 20s, that's what I did. I was like a freelancer. I shot hockey games I was the person holding the camera for the Jumbotron at the top for the Tides for a couple years. It says when I was doing photography, this company, Legacy Photographics, used to fly us around and put us in hotels and pay good bread for us to shoot graduations. Just like a university graduation, standing there, the person who takes the picture right before the degree, like hand you degree, take a picture, then you go on stage, where you walk. I was the guy standing there just taking 500 pictures of people before they walk across the stage. I did that for a while. Yeah, then trying to look for some of my business ventures. See, I was camera dude for this thing here. It was like a senator speaking basketball games. I helped this lady build her YouTube channel. This is when I was freelancing as well. She was like building a YouTube channel. I came, like, set all my stuff up. Yeah, this is the venue that I had here. It was like that was a painting that I sold. My first painting selling in the art gallery. Yeah, here it is right here. It was called No Choice World. That was where people performed at the top. So yeah, man, I've done a lot. Oh, here's the hoverboard thing. Never bored. I had a hoverboard stand in Pembroke Mall. I was buying these things from China for like $100 and selling them here for 400 when they first came out. And you couldn't even get them for real, selling them for like 480, flipping them to where I couldn't even keep them in stock fast enough. But yeah, and then this is some of my photography that I did back in the day. I forget what this was. But yeah, photography. Just bought a camera on Craigslist, started taking pictures. But yeah, so for me, trying businesses is just what I do. It's when I'm the most happiest. Like every time that I work a job for too long, like I tried it. That's how I got into truck driving, because I was kind of like, man, forget all of that stuff. Let me just get something chill that makes good money, where I'm just chilling, especially because I'm having a son. And I was like, I'm tired of trying to get clients and trying to do all this extra stuff. Let me just relax, you know. Got a truck driving job. Year 3, I was like, man, I'm so depressed. I got so depressed, so like I gotta do something else. This is not it, man. Yeah, those hoverboards, man. I got on that at the perfect time. That it was that 1 year. What happened to those? Like, I really thought those were never gonna go away. They kind of are. I haven't seen nobody riding those in a long time. But yep, that's the blockchain thing. That, man, we still might do it one day. Now would be a good time. So if I could like remix that idea on some, like, what if we make a game where we like teach people to code, like maybe get rid of the crypto thing, because the crypto thing added a whole bunch of complication, a whole bunch of like legality, a whole bunch of extra see, yeah, this is talking about the actions, goals. What are you trying to wait? No, I think this is like, never mind. That's our mission. I thought we had a whole like Git book. Where's our Git book? Was it called Git book? I swear I have one of these, I think, for that game. Blockchain games. Yeah, dude. Tokenomics right here. This was like me trying to plan out what our token was going to be. I was basically putting myself through like crypto school, trying to figure out the right way to do this. Like, how much could you even buy if we were to, you're literally printing money when you're making a crypto coin. So there's a whole bunch of rules around that. Tokenomics of the token, the tiers of like the different, like how much you would buy, and like what your reward was going to be for being an early investor in it. And then I think this is the game here. Yeah, how do you make money in the game? We had our like criminal side of the game. We had businesses, all the different businesses you could own, buying land. You could have secret rooms inside of your business. It was a lot. It was a whole metaverse, because y'all know at the time they were selling digital land a lot too. So we were also going to be selling to advertisers to get like placement inside of our game. So I would probably want to like get rid of a lot of that crypto part of it if I run it back anytime soon. Man, I saw some kid in my neighborhood riding one of those not too long ago. Free Code Camp. For this to be a coding website, why does it look like it was made in the 80s? They need a serious update. Read only variable. Yeah, let's do this. Change the code so that all variables are declared using let or const. Const and let. They already are. Change this line. Change this line. Did I already do this? Oh. I was like, it already is. Number is a data type in JavaScript which represents numeric data. Let's try to add two numbers using JavaScript. Plus symbol. Const myvar equals 5 plus 10. Myvar now has 15. Change the 0 so that it's... That's just silly. Subtraction. Change the 0 so that the difference is 12. What would that be? 32? Wait. 5, 5, 33? Oh. Become a supporter. Wow, how do you exit out of this? Oh, you have to wait. That's new. Multiply two numbers with JavaScript. Const my var. Change the 0 so that your product is 80. See, these things I feel like are just so that you get the alphabet down of whatever the language is. It's just exercises for you to learn that, you know? And I feel like this stuff is just so basic. We can also divide one number by another. JavaScript uses that symbol for division. Change to 0 so that the question is 2. Yeah, it's just every single thing is the same. They're just showing you what to change. When does it get interesting? Let me see. Can we go? I know I was in the basic section. Was it this one? We were here? Okay. Divide, increment, decrement, create decimal, multiply two decimals, divide, finding a remainder, compound, assignment with augmented addition. That sounds a little tricky. To code the real hoverboard. Machine learning, for sure, right? Let's start an open source project called Back to the Future. Store multiple values in one variable. Now you're talking. Recursion. Replacing if else. We're already getting there. Okay, building objects. Testing objects for properties. Iterate with JavaScript while loops. Replace loops using recursion. Recursion. That would be dope. Someone else was asking, look, we got this. Oh, wait. I gotta tell bro. He might pull up. We got somebody here who was saying in our Discord main chat, we should build an app where we can add job offers for junior developers. He's been thinking about it lately. We can all work together and make it quickly. So I was like, yeah, that sounds like a plan, bro. Why not? Let's do it. We can take inspiration for designs from random templates if we need. Made an open source room. Let's get it. Yeah, so then I made an open source room. So we're going to start. I mean, this is a plan. Like, we could make this, right? I'd be down. There is something that I definitely need to do that I'm going to do live. Maybe this is something we could do right now. I feel so bad for still not redesigning this lady's website, which the SSL certificate is also expired. I need to redo this. It won't even let me. Okay. Yeah, so we pretty much lost this website because the person who is the admin of the WordPress is no longer in communication with this lady. So we're just gonna rebuild it instead of so I need to do that, and it's kind of on the to-do list. Matter of fact, like I'm gonna try and do that this week for sure, because it's been a minute. So I'm gonna do that, and that'd be something that we could do. I mean, that I need to do anyway, so I could do it live. Why not? Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow night might be a good time to do this. All I'm gonna do is try and find. I might even make this and host it on Netlify. If I could find a good enough template to where I could just take all of this information and transfer it, it's really just a business card for her. There is no second page. There's no nothing. It just links to her LinkedIn. She wants it to link to her LinkedIn. And where'd it go? Damn, I shouldn't. So that should have been opening to a new tab, not taking you away like that. And then I just need to copy all of this. Just copy everything to another easy one page with a contact at the bottom. We could definitely do this and make it look even better. Okay, word, bet. So yeah, man, that's two birds, one stone. I'll do that tomorrow night. Matter of fact, I'm gonna write it down to make it official. Tomorrow what's tomorrow? Tuesday? Let me make sure I don't have anything else to do. I'm working from assembly tomorrow because I'm supposed to be meeting with this girl there. So I might actually run into her tomorrow, and then that would be a good time for me to maybe get some feedback on, like, just to make sure, like, let me check in with you one more time and see, is there anything different that you want done here? So I could do that during the day because I'm going to be working from where she works. It's very likely that I could run into her. And I'll tell her I'm building it tonight if I see her, just in case. Because I feel like every time she see me, we might both be thinking, like, where's the website, bro? So yeah, tomorrow we're going to knock that out. I'll do some looking. I'm definitely going to use a template. So don't get it twisted. We're using a template for this. But we will still see how to connect. We're gonna still be in this part, in the VS Code editing, and then I'm gonna connect it to Netlify, host it on Netlify so that she could just go to the URL straight up from there. I wonder if I could just to do some looking around and see what's out there. Let's look for a port, because it's really what kind of website would you even say that is? She's a speaker. Like, is this would you call this a portfolio? It's more like a business card. One page speaker. I'm gonna say public speaker template. One page public speaker template. Like a person who does TED Talks and stuff like that. Night, bro. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you. We'll see you tomorrow. Seeing how we launch it. Okay, word. Yeah, man, let's do it. Speaker. I'm going to say ThemeForest is my favorite template site. ThemeForest public speaker template. Boom. We just need a one page. This is perfect. I already see it. $59. God. 29. Here we go. 17. Let's just look at the top tier because I want to give, quality service. Let's just see what this is looking like. Okay, see, you can't get impressed by that first picture because that's not her. We're going to have to use whatever her picture is. So that doesn't impress me. Sometimes with these expensive themes, you got to remember, like, how much of this is the picture quality making it look so good? Reverse engineering? I I mean, I feel like, yeah, you could learn a lot from that. And I think that is technically, isn't that what I do if I were to purchase a theme, right? And then when I'm going, because when you buy it, you download it onto the folder, onto your thing, load that into Visual Studio Code, and then you get to see exactly how it's built, to use in the future. So with my personal project, or even like the startup that I'm working for, if there was something here that I liked, I could easily just look at the code and see exactly how they did, the header. But this is not feeling like a $59 template to me. So we're gonna back out. We're gonna back out and keep it scrolling. What's the next one? Although that could definitely be used, I don't need that much. She is so happy with this. All I need is a header. We might even be able to just build this ourselves, honestly. But I want to prove my template theory too, to not spend too much time, because it's also got to be responsive. Like, I'm sure this looks, yeah, it looks good on the phone too. See how that went? If you ever want to check if something's responsive or not, by the way, this is tablet, this is phone, and this is desktop. So yeah, that's one thing WordPress is good at. At least you don't have to worry about trying to do that. But yeah, I literally don't need much at all. She's super, super happy with that. So I could probably scroll. I just need one page. What if I put public speaker one page template? 29. Okay. I guess that's not too bad. Oh, it's one of those bundle packs where you get 10 websites. I guess if it was just to be one, it would be like, what, $1? All right, so she is an education person, but not a whole conference. Let's see. Maybe like this could be all pictures of her. How many is that? 3 different. But there's nothing that I would need to buy or would not need to put a video. But then this could be like a picture of her and just have her saying about me. I might save this. Let me clean up my desktop a little bit. So here's the about me. I would just bring that picture there, bring all of this to the side too, right here probably. And then I would have to see how this translates too. Buy tickets. So this is for an actual event though. Do they even have, okay, they have a pricing page. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some thinking. Like throughout the day, I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna come up with one that like fits better naturally, instead of having to force it. Like this would be forced. If I was to make this work for her, I would have to remove this, and then even then, just like I'd have to see what color scheme goes better. The good thing about her is she doesn't have a logo yet, so that's really like up for creation. So I do have a lot of freedom there. Yeah, and then she said after doing this, her son needs a website too, who is a doctor or something to do with the medical profession. So see, that's how freelancing kind of snowballs on you once you get it going. Once you get your first couple clients through word of mouth and through you like doing a good job. I forgot, somebody asked to see websites that I created too. I'm not sure if they're still here, but here's another one. Just another carpenter. This is a carpentry company in Atlanta that I made the website for. It's WordPress template. Yeah, and again, there is nothing wrong with using templates. Like, that was even brought up inside my my meeting, our stand-up meeting today at work. Was, we were looking at Chakra UI, because right now I'm building the settings page and the profile and the settings page of our app. And we were just talking about how, like, none of us on the team are really stoked about designing things. We're not designers. So, or actually the company Built for Demand, they might be designers, but they're not getting paid to design. And then, so if I was the designer, it would work out, but it's not really my strong suit. And I don't really enjoy designing things, honestly. I'm not when it comes to like figuring out the color scheme or where something should go versus where else it should go for a user experience perspective, I have a lot of room for growth in that area. And I would much rather just find a good one online and copy it, or give me a wireframe, give me a template to then like duplicate so I can move on to the next thing. And I think that I also might be a little bit traumatized from my freelancing days, where you're going back and forth with the client over like the size of the explore button or something like that. Me and my friend were talking about that earlier today, because of his client that he's dealing with is trying to tell him that one of the menu buttons is not big enough or something like that. And I'm like, look, bro, at some point you got to tell them, like, are you a designer, or like, are you hiring me to design? And I know client is always right, the customer is always right, but it can be super frustrating when you're on your like 5th revision where you've submitted something over and over again. So you have to like set boundaries too. When you're negotiating with them, I've heard some people say that they say, okay, here's my price. I'm pay me $400 to build the website, and that comes with 3 revisions. We decide everything, how it's gonna be, and then I turn it in to you for your approval. And if there's something that you want to change, that's fine. You get 3 chances, Or is that really you getting 3 chances as the developer? Like, I don't know. It all depends on how it goes. But that's just the part that I do not enjoy, Skill and programming knowledge to edit the templates. Yeah, right. Exactly. That's why I'll always say, yeah, you're still coding. And not only that, you also are still connecting the domain. You're hosting it on Netlify or wherever you're getting that to go. You're getting the SSL certificate, with the DNS records changed for that. Like, there's a lot of skillful things involved when you're setting up a website, and the client is not going to care if it's a template. They're going to care that it looks good. You know what I mean? Like, this right here, in my opinion, is a template, but it's like a poor one. Or maybe they even made this themselves. Well, a lot of the times where you be like, why does this website look like this? A lot of the times it's because the person was stubborn and didn't want to use a template. You know what I mean? Unless you're that nice at it where you're just that good. Like, there's this one guy I know who doesn't use templates, but you could technically say it is a template because all of his websites look exactly the same. Shout out to Blue Fox Designs. Blue Fox Designs. This dude is super busy. He does this all day. Packed schedule. Wait, where's his website? Shouldn't your website be over here somewhere? Only Facebook. Let's try again. bluefoxdesigns.com. Maybe. Here we go. Okay. That is so dope. So, let's go to his websites though. He's got a bunch of them. Artwork websites. So, these are all of his websites, right? That he has built. It goes on forever. Now, if you click on most of them, they look exactly the same. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm pretty sure he builds it himself. Do I have to... How do you get to the website? Launch website. Header and sections. Not the most fanciest website, but you can tell this is like some business that isn't too, fancy, if you will. They don't need somebody to log in and have a calendar and all of that stuff. So this is how most of his clients are. And I can tell that it's a very much like word of mouth kind of thing. He does little like dentistry, chimney sweep, travel agency, psychiatrist. Yeah, free code camp. That would be crazy. You would think that they would have better designers. Like, I know that they're very much about how it's a nonprofit and how they're taking in donations. Like, maybe that's why. Like, they don't want to spend money for better design or something. But yeah, all of his websites are super simple. And I mean, I'm sure if you wanted to, you could. Is this responsive as well? Yeah, of course. So yeah, there's the little hamburger and the menu on the side that comes up with mobile. And this is what my friend was saying, that his client was saying that this is too small. They wanted that to be the hamburger. I keep forgetting y'all can't see my cursor. The hamburger in the right to be at the same size as the logo. So this is the type of problems that you get sometimes when you're dealing with the client and you have to tell them, like, it doesn't work like that. Or, why? You know what I mean? But yeah. Yo, free code camp is free code camp might be the worst. It's hard for me to stay there and learn because of the newspaper look. And a lot of times they don't have videos also. We were supposed to be doing recursion. But it's midnight. I told my girl I would stream till midnight. So I'm about to wrap it up. But let's stick to the plan tomorrow. I'm thinking 6, maybe 8. I'm going to pop up here and let's get this lady her website and get that done. So, if y'all aren't members of the community yet, all the links are in the description, the Discord and everything like that. Join up. You know what I mean? That site wasn't responsive. That Blue Fox design. But yeah, we gonna get back to it tomorrow, same time, same place. Thank all y'all for coming and chilling with me for a little bit here.